As the scope of the disaster began to unfold, it became clear that CBP would need a location to establish a base of operations. The entire region was in tatters. Where could a command structure, much needed supplies, and hundreds of personnel and equipment converge to get the job done? The answer came from the small town of Hammond, Louisiana, home of the New Orleans Air Branch.
Within 24 hours, Border Patrol had already had people on their way here to provide law enforcement support. We have aircraft, helicopters, and propeller and jets in the area. They were redeployed here almost immediately. Now, within days of that effort, we've got 350 people coming into Hammond to provide law enforcement support in hurricane recovery. Now, this is unheard of in our history, that we could provide that kind of support so quickly and coordinated and focused on the priority missions. The number one priority for us is to find out where every one of our people are in this area. Today, for example, we still have 7 people that we're not sure their status. So what we're going to do is we're flying missions out to go to their homes, put people on the ground, go into those homes and find out, are they still there, or have they left the area and just haven't reported in. There's a real sense of urgency to everything we're doing. People's lives depend on the support we're going to provide. So all day long, we're refocusing our efforts, we're redeploying our assets, we're reprioritizing to make sure that we're focused on the people who are here in the area, and that we provide the kind of support that a first-class law enforcement agency provides for law enforcement support to FEMA and to ICE. What we've established here at the FDOCC is a team of people representing logistics, law enforcement, air, all the various disciplines, and we meet regularly each day, every day at 1300, and work through what are the priorities, what are we going to do today, what kind of missions are we going to fly, what kind of law enforcement support are we being asked to provide to FEMA, what kind of hurricane relief can we provide to our own people who were here when this hurricane devastated the whole area. Right now, there are 214 Border Patrol agents deployed over Baton Rouge. We have to make sure that they're fed, housed, and get showers, and have all the necessities they need to perform their mission. Here at Hammond, we have plans to support up to 350 personnel. All those people have to have some place to stay each night. They all have to be fed each day. They all have to have gasoline for their gear and cars. The logistics are just as important to this effort as the guys on the front line.
My role pretty much took on as a what we used to call in the Marine Corps a headquarters commandant, finding places to put things, to set up the command post, to assign spots for vehicles to park, trailers to be housed, facilities for people to sleep in, then moving in the equipment that we needed to sustain this large of an operation. At one point, we had over 400 people here. So we started getting in shipments and setting up refrigerators and freezers and ice machines so we can keep our folks supplied. Then we got obviously our food and water, not only for our own folks, but for the folks that needed it out in the city, so we can start taking equipment to them. So I was pretty much they referred to me as the host and the landlords of this facility.
We have 21 different teams, each one of them headed up by a supervisor, roughly 10 to 12 officers. And what's happening is we're utilizing these teams either in their entirety or breaking them up into smaller units and sending them out to the individual missions that we have. We have 2 types of missions. We have hurricane relief missions, and we also have law enforcement support missions. So, like I said, we come in here, I'll start triaging, prioritizing, and making assignments using the resources that we have. In this exact command center itself, we have now staff of approximately 9-10 officers who are totally dedicated to support administratively, tracking databases, bringing officers into the system, processing them out of the system, developing databases as we go on, developing new forms, ways to track, ways to manage this staff. And then as additional resources and expertise came in, folks from different disciplines came in, they started adding to this and developing all systems unique to this operation. it's a great bunch of folks here, and like I said, they all want to be here, and we're just here to get the mission done, regardless of the hours. If that means they're working 20 hours today, if that means they're getting off at 2 in the morning and coming back at 06, they're doing it, and they're doing what it takes to get the job done.
Getting here on the ground, it's going to be a little bit chaos while everybody's trying to find out what we need to do, but we got a lot of volunteers to do whatever needs to be done to help out as best we can.
We're getting trucks in daily, and I'm trying to manage this, everything right now inside the hangar. As you can see, they're building this temporary facility, and when this is completed, this is where we'll move all of our inventory into this temporary facility, and we'll run out of there. So I had to count everything that was here when I got here on Tuesday. 18-wheeler came in yesterday, and this is the first truck today. He said he'll be back tomorrow with an identical load. And know we got water on the way, more MREs are on the way, and whatever else. They're putting together this large shelter for a reason. So there's gonna be a lot of inventory coming in.
I believe the CBP, their ability to come to something like this and put everything, the vehicles, the food, the water, the MREs, the clothing, everything, we can do this very quickly. As fast as it comes in, it almost goes out that quickly, okay? The pilots up there come out here and tell us what they need of a morning. It makes your heart feel good. I mean, even though we're working 18 hours a day, sometimes 19, okay, 16, on the inside, it makes you feel good.
We have a lot of displaced employees who can't access their funds through a small bank that they were using in New Orleans, so they are just completely without anything. So we're here to meet those needs.
Well, basically we are supporting all maintenance functions for the Blackhawks and King Air C-12s and the A-Stars. And basically what we do is we try to keep them flying by complying with all inspection items, any squawks that they have. And our biggest challenge really is trying to give them the turnaround time. Basically turn them around and put them back in the air as fast as we can. You know, we're flying parts in and out all the time, you know, and equipment and test equipment that you never thought you would need, all of a sudden you do need, and it's not here. This branch mainly deals with only C-12s and A-Stars and not Blackhawks, so a lot of the equipment's not here, and we're flying in it. When you're flying so many flight hours, you know, it's trying to keep them up in the air, comply with inspection items, you know, comply with everything to make it airworthy. And that does present a challenge, but, you know, right now we're meeting that challenge. We got people from Riverside, Miami, we got people from Tucson. We're getting them from everywhere they can send them.